Hi everyone!
I'm Valeria Ceballos.
And I'm Daniel Suarez.
And today we're going to talk
about a super interesting book.
A Girl on the Train.
Beep beep! Wow! A very interesting, currently fashionable amnesia thriller. A novel written by Paula Hawkins, an African journalist who moved to London in 1989. The Girl on the Train is her first thriller, which take place down the tracks and skillfully narrates the split stories of three women whose life interlinked tragically: Rachel, Megan, and Anna. Rachel Watson, who is the titular girl, gets a little unbalanced and insane with the people watching, imagining their perfect lives. This observant woman creates a perfect marriage for a particular couple she sees every day on her train. But the real story actually begins when our alcoholic protagonist sees the wife of the perfect marriage at the wrong time. Then she goes mysteriously missing a few days later.
Pretty interesting, right?
Let's talk about my favorite part: characters. Rachel, which is the protagonist, has no autoesteem. She's melancholic, she's depressed, she lives in her own bubble. She tries to avoid reality in various ways. She lives with resentment, she has inner issues she haven't been able to solve. She uses lying to avoid coming back to reality. She overreacts and has an overreactive imagination. She's paranoid. And as well, she's alcoholic. That leads her to a violent and aggressive behavior. Rachel believes in the role of other people. Megan. Well, Megan has inner issues. She has abandonment issues. She's afraid. Of what? You'll see. She seems to have the perfect life. But does she? I don't know. In Megan's personality, some characteristics of Rachel are seen like nuttiness. She is a codependent woman. She takes stupid decisions through the novel. And as well, she wants to feel the control of something once for all. Daniel, did you like The Girl on the Train?
Oh my god, I love it!
I think it was bad.
Okay, in my personal opinion, I really believe the book was amazing because of the characterization of each one of the characters and how these are exposed and well developed while you read through the pages. All the characters have their own secrets. Shh. Especially the three main females. Many times there are a lot of decisions, critical or drastically actions that some of the characters take, which you never expected, or at least not me. That definitely changed the direction of the story. I don't want to give any spoilers, but I truly admire how Paula Hawkins is able to form and project to the readers such a complex character as Rachel, which many times doesn't remember events or confuses reality. Another factor which really caught my attention and made me love this book is the time use and the type of narrator Hawkins formed her novel with. There is a very complex timeline during the story in which the three characters are placed in different dates and from there telling their stories. The thing is that it's hard to keep up on what's going on, one place and the other, and it turns even harder when the characters, either Rachel, Megan, or Anna, do a flashback in a story. This could even confuse more the readers.
Well, Daniel, I respect your opinion, but I think different. I'll say this book was not the thriller I was expecting. Although this was not the typical cliché plot I don't like at all, but we can see that Rachel isn't the typical protagonist. She's not described as the pretty or self-confident woman, no. She's just in a bubble. She creates to avoid reality. I will say that the main thing I like of the book is the complexity the author gives to each character and the way she managed to connect each character personality to construct a complete plot. The way Anna is exposed shows the reader a type of undirected villain because she practically gives the story a sense without any regrets of what she did. When we think that Anna has a heavy feeling and has no pity, we found out that Megan is another character that has a twisted past and turns her into a different person with no loyalty and impulsive decision making. One of the things I didn't like was the ending. The author didn't develop the end properly, and therefore there was not a detailed as the beginning. I think all the readers expected the ending long, before the story developed herself, and the ending was no surprise at all, which I think was an error, because the excitement and surprises are the key to a successful book. I visualized a twisted ending that surprised me and kept me wanting more. I do not regret reading this book, but in my opinion, this will be a book that if it has a second published, I wouldn't read it. Well, if we think about the ending, I think it was an ending that was flat. I didn't enjoy it.
And I believe that the beginning was too negative and depressive for me, because Rachel had a very pessimistic and negative life, in which my opinion was extended too much. Maybe I could say that it could even bore the readers. I could dare to say the only thing I didn't like from the book was the ending and how it was presented to the readers, because it doesn't allow to explore as it should the whole plane and all the information that it's given. It's a lot to take, and it just happened. It just skipped everything and showed a total drastically change. It's kind of incoherent and very not realistic.
I loved chapter 25. I think this chapter was excellent. It gave me hope as a reader and a clue. Why? Well, not only to me but as well to Rachel. This chapter was full of excitement. It was a crucial moment in the novel in which gave a clue to the reader. I, as a reader, I can say, is the plot going to continue? Or is it going to finally fall and all the problems are going to be solved?
Personally, my favorite part of this #1 New York Times bestseller is chapter 34. Oh my god! First even numbered chapter of Rachel, which fully breaks the chapter structure. This is my favorite moment because during the majority of the novel, Rachel was being an odd numbered chapter, showed as an odd woman out, especially an outsider who doesn't belong anywhere. So while Megan and Anna are neighbors, Rachel is just another outsider. But finally, at chapter 34, Rachel is the one who brings everything together and reveals a very expected, huge, mysterious secret, and firmly stakes herself into the story. Rachel isn't an outsider anymore and has power to influence the track of the story, ready to take charge.
This is a thriller novel.
For all of you who are interested in a suspense, mystery, and dramatic novel, this is definitely your book.
And for those who don't like cliché, this is the perfect novel.
To be honest with you, it's kind of
Complex, I will say.
because many times in the book you will feel a little bit lost or feel like the story doesn't make a lot of sense.
Well, I will say dizzy, because this story uses flashback in various moments of the novel. So I will say you will get a little bit confused if you don't manage an adequate acquisition of the language.
Constant mystery and lot of psychological suspense. Bye YouTubers!
Bye, YouTubers!
Boop!
And for those of you that are called Rachel, I hope you like it.